Okay, so one layer about done here. Funny story, we travel with the family sometimes, and my wife Lon picked up some nice silverware and was excited to get that home last year sometime, I think. Early last year, so it's been like a year. And it got waylaid here at the storage unit in that big tote. So hopefully it's in there, and hopefully it's finally going to come home. I took some heat for that. Okay, so we have a timeline of noon that I want to pull out of here, so I'm home before midnight-ish. And once we get... Wheeler likes to sort. Wheeler likes to sort all day long. He loves talking about and sorting about cameras, and that's why we're able to do the camera business, because Wheeler loves cameras. So at some point we're gonna have to stop sorting and grab some boxes and fill up the rest of the van and skedoodle. I'm gonna check my clock here. I think we got 2 hours left, so we're doing pretty well. The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler.
Hurts.
Wheeler's injured.
Splintered myself.
Splintered yourself on the 2x2s?
Yeah, stabbed myself somehow.
How'd you get your hand down in there?
Oh, I was picking something up.
Uh-oh.
So
Time out. Okay, so this is called a mega tote.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take the time.
It's only 300 pounds.
I'm gonna take the time to repack and sort a few things out of there, but this could be a $100 tote.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
Maybe a $5.
I mean, this is worth like 200, but other than that.
Oh, okay.
Other
So
than that item.
if that's 200 and everything else is maybe 100,
Yeah.
then I guess there'll be 300 almost.
I don't explain myself. I kind of separated my nail from my finger there. That sucks.
Should we quit?
Nope. Keep going.
Suck it up, man.
Pretty much.
Suck it up.
Pretty much.
All right, I gotta get to work. Okay, so I'm always trying to add a little value to these videos. It's not just about, hey, here's what we find, and here's what we sort, and here's what we list. I'm trying to get some information out that you can use. You don't have to be in the camera business, but back in the 90s, late 90s, back in the late 90s, I was running a retail operation, and it basically started from a home business to a small store to a 3,000 square foot, 5,000 item store. And one of the things that I learned and studied a little bit was sales per square foot. You had an expensive retail location that you had to sell stuff out of, and if you weren't getting enough dollars per square foot of sales, you needed to move something else in there, even if it was something that you believed in or whatever. You might not be able to sell it, or you're losing money, and if it's something you don't believe in, you shouldn't be selling it. But within those constraints, you wanted to sell stuff in your store, obviously, that made you money. And sometimes it meant having the right racks so you could go vertical with stuff, or the right display, or the right position in the store. Now in picking, if you're going to do something like this where you go out of state and do some picking and have a stockpile, like our storage unit costs us over $200 per month. In fact, I think it's been raised to $250 per month for a 10 by 20 climate controlled. So if you're going to do that, that racks up in a hurry. You got travel costs, you got overnight costs, you got food, extra food costs, you got a few beers in there, some sights in there. We sometimes take the family along, sometimes we don't. But basically for us, the cost of the items are only part of what's going on here. And I'm trying to get it down to our cost per tote to get something home. And that's part of the reason I'm using these totes. Get my hands nicked up as well. Part of the reason I'm using these totes is because they stack nice and they keep things pretty safe and they carry nice and all that. But part of the reason is I'm trying to get a grasp on, when we spend $10,000 on inventory and we get a whole bunch of boxes, I'm trying to get an idea of price that we're paying per tote and cost to get it home per tote. And you know, that can help me justify things like a trailer or a bigger van, or maybe I'm losing money. All those things you want to know if you're making money or losing money. We're making money here. I know the rough profit margin in a general sense, and like I mentioned, I'm breaking it down. I'm trying to get a handle on it. Now things change over time and all that, but if you don't know your numbers when you're doing small stuff, medium stuff, large lots, if you don't know some of your numbers, you don't really know if you're, you know, growing or going. Can you hire people? Can you move to a bigger house? All these things are part of your projection in the future. And if you want to be in this business long term, you need to do some of these projections. Now, if you spend all your time doing projections and all your time pencil to paper, and you don't do enough picking well, and you don't do enough listing often, you'll be out of business. So you can't overanalyze, but there's points in your business where you better analyze and not just go by the seat of your pants. Now, people go by the seat of their pants their whole career in the picking world, and they seem to do okay. And if you can survive the low times, and you can, you know, not spend all your money in the high times, you can certainly go like that. But if you want to maximize what's going on, if you want to put aside some money for the future, if you want to have a big family, if you want to go on some vacations, if you want to keep a few things, I would recommend once a month, you know, start spend an hour or two kind of playing with your numbers and playing with your costs and playing with your profits. Maybe an hour or two a month outside of your regular bookkeeping probably is enough. And over time, you're going to develop not only a visual idea of what's going on in your business and or a general feeling, but you'll actually have some numbers that you can work with. Now, there are people in the business and people that put videos online that are much better at this than I am. And sometimes it's because they're dealing with like new old stock returns, things like that, 100 items, one of a kind, 100 of the same item and stuff like that. I've seen some videos like that where, you know, rate of return and da 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 da. I mean, I know all those terminology, and I know some of those things. We have so many unique items that I have to back it up to like tote full, you know, trip full, all that kind of stuff. So how many days on the road are we? What's our cost per hotel room? What's our relative cost per 100 miles traveled? All those kind of things. So maybe I'll get more into that sometime. I have done some. Blood going there. No big deal. I'm a bloodsucker of my own blood. So I've done some videos in the past. If you search up, my videos are all there. They're sort of a jumble. Watch them all. That would make me happy. Okay, got to keep rolling. I think I have, where are we at here? Got a half a van to full, and we're at an hour and a half left. Keep going, dealer and Wheeler. Where's Wheeler?
$100 packing material.
Yeah, so every time I come back, Wheeler's all excited. Getting kind of back in there, huh?
Yeah.
How far are we in there? Halfway in?
Not even.
No, we probably are.
No, not quite.
Is this bigger than a 10 by 20?
No, maybe 10 by 20.
You must be halfway in there.
Yeah, I'm past halfway there, but right here, I mean, we haven't sorted any of this right here.
Right, we're working on one side. We haven't been all the way back there for a while.
Nope.
We did have to upgrade a unit, so I come back and Wheeler's always like, "Oh, don't throw that out. That's a $100 Contex dry slide. What'd you
Dark
call
slide.
Dark slide.
Brand new old stock.
There's a Nikon back, probably another $100, $200 bill, whatever."
Oh yeah.
So we're not. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but it's all right. It's okay. So we're about half full, and we got about an hour left.
Yep.
And we got this all at Home Depot. You can see the Home Depot boxes.
Yeah.
Is that where we got it all?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Wheeler, what happened?
I don't know. I found a new cool hat. It's kind of weird because if you like hit it weird, it kind of echoes inside. It really makes you
Well, they say that these lights are bad when you're under them for a while, so that ought to protect you.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well, that's good news.
Yeah.
I thought stuff was maybe falling like a junkalanch in
No, just like the
protective
weird echo.
protective helmet.
Like the weird echo.
Yeah.
What is this thing?
What is that thing?
Because it's missing the on-off switch. The on-off switch is usable, but kind of screwed up.
Oh, it's a leaky.
Leica Digilux 1. It's a Leica camera.
Leica camera.
Digital Leica.
Probably usually good.
Oh yeah.
Okay. 10 minutes before we start shoveling stuff out of here.
Pretty much.
So some of these boxes are so moldy, like this one over here. This is about as close as I want to get to it. Wheeler handed it to me. I almost keeled over dead.
Yeah, me too.
And so we don't want to put that in the van. We're going to have to take that outside next time and see if there's anything worth value in there. Throw the rest. But sometimes with camera stuff and probably other stuff.
Store in the basement, who knows what.
Oh no, worse than that. I mean, it's like it almost knocks you dead.
Yeah.
So I have to get that. Will I get too close?
I don't know.
I'm not kidding you, audience of YouTubers. That thing will knock you dead.
Yep.
If I get even that close to it, I start feeling kryptonite.
Like radiation.
Oh, worse.
Yep.
Well, we made quite a dent, Wheeler.
Yeah, so we'll touch the back.
We'll touch the back.
Barely. I picked one box off that was on there.
So we're a couple rows from the back, at least on one side here. Gonna leave some totes behind. We had a shuffle at the end here. I think we're at 11:58:40.
Wow, we made it.
So we're making it before noon, and we've got the sign didn't make it. Actually, I almost got room for it.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna try to take that yet.
Yep.
And we left ourselves a mess for next time.
Mm-hmm.
And I can still smell the killer.
Yeah. I stacked some stuff on top of it there.
We're gonna have to try to remember.
Contain it.
Try to contain it and remember where it is. You know what we didn't do?
Nuclear waste.
Take our diaper back over.
No, I probably could.
See if we can do that.
Yeah, I can do
Get
that.
out of here. All right, it's all in there.
It's a suspension looking dealer.
Yeah, at some point you gotta start worrying about the weight aspect of this.
The hitch is dragging on the ground, you probably ain't doing too good.
So I gave up a little bit early. There's still daylight, but this stuff is relatively dense.
Very dense.
So we're on the road. We made it. Oh, that's not it. What are we doing?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Now we're actually seeing on the road before.
Yeah, we had to have a take two there. All right, so big wrap up of the pickup. We're heading home, and what do you think, Wheeler? Did we get some good stuff?
Nah. Not anything good. I mean, this is like practically garbage men just hauling it to the trash.
Yeah, this is like a trash haul. We just spent 4 days on the road.
Yep.
For a trash haul.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we really don't discriminate between good stuff and trash.
Yeah.
We just try to
It's all trash.
pretend like it's all trash.
Yep.
So kind of funny there at the end, we had a countdown. We were trying to get out of there by noon, and we got close, and then some dude shows up in his expensive vehicle, and I see him there, and then he comes to where we're at. Turns out he's only 2 storage units away, and so we're all in the hallway.
Yep.
And it timed out just about right. But we tried to put a couple boxes of our stuff in his unit practically.
Yep.
We left him in the hall, and he's like, "Do you still want these?" I'm like, "Do you don't want them?"
Yeah.
That's our crap.
Yeah.
That's our crap.
Yeah.
So we had fun with that. Wow. Still breathing off that one toxic box that almost killed us.
Yeah.
Whew. My eyes are still kind of stinging.
Yep. You find it occasionally like that.
It's unbelievable that it's
Just that bad.
even outside the box, or we've had camera cases that outside the case it still knocks you dead.
Mm-hmm.
You breathe that in, and I think it shortens your energy for the week.
Your body just goes into what the heck are you doing to me mode.
Yeah.
Reject it mode. Poison.
So with 2 minutes left, we sent Wheeler in there and covered some of that stuff back up with our sprinkler tarp. and then we grabbed the sign, the bottle cap sign, and threw it in here.
Mm-hmm.
And we left actually 7 minutes late.
Oh man, I didn't even notice that.
So we're gonna drive a ways today, and then some of the other problems a trip like this has is it's almost too long to let your auctions run. And so today's Monday, and we have 28 orders pending for Canon Guy, and I think I've got at least 7 or 8 other ones.
Mm-hmm.
And those were supposed to ship Saturday and today.
Yep.
And so right there, unfortunately, we're behind the 8 ball, and depending on whatever scoring algorithm eBay has, that can actually mess you up.
Yep.
I don't know where we're at with that thing, because they change it. They change how they critique your super status like every 3 months.
Seemingly every minute.
Yeah. So I just pretty much ignore it. But
Yep.
I made the decision to keep the auctions running. Banana Peeler can pack some of the items, but then the downside is he can't get them to the post office. So we'll probably get home this morning after midnight sometime and pack some orders and hopefully beat some of the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
And then when people wake up and they're like, oh boy, I hope my stuff has shipped tomorrow morning, they'll be like, well, it looks like it finally shipped. So
Yep.
we don't want to mess with anybody, and we're pretty good at shipping, but these kind of trips, you have to make a decision. Am I shutting stuff down or not? And of course, all these auctions are good till canceled now, so I don't even know how to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you can go on vacation mode, whatever.
Yep.
Lots of choices, but we chose to leave them running. Now, I didn't put stuff on sale for the weekend, and that's usually a way to get like 10 more orders or something. We did not do that, so those are our all full price.
Yep.
And we got a $600 sale pending to France if the person can, I guess, figure out how to pay for it.
Yeah.
Some kind of newbie has to have a Rolleiflex for a gift. They seem legit. Either they are or they aren't.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, people are wondering what I'm doing here filming. I'm not really. I'm watching the road, but
Yeah.
I'm filming.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, what else can we talk about? We are going to have to unload the van and find a place to go with this. I was hoping to have time to set up some sort of a racking toting system for some of this stuff. We're scheduled sometime in the near future to go get some more stuff, and we got pretty good room, but you know, you never have enough room for Megalodon
Yep.
Megalodon stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching. I think we're just gonna chill out and have some more topics here down the road. I'm gonna get my daughter Kate listing some cool stuff starting this week. I'm gonna be working with Banana Peeler on packing everything. That's the goal this summer with Banana Peeler. He's not gonna pack just the regular stuff. He's gonna start to pack everything, even the high dollar stuff.
Yeah. Pretty exciting.
And then Benjamin is joining us this summer. He's going to do inventory maintenance, so we'll probably have a show on that. See how we're going to set that up. Lots of changes in the way we're doing things at the new castle.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to call it the castle.
There you go. It's accurate.
Yeah, the castle. Or we could just call it the old battleship.
Yeah.
Maybe that'd be better. The battleship. The battleship. Old battleship. We got to come up with something.
Yeah.
Old Ironsides.
Yeah.
So, join us for that. This probably was a part 1, part 2, maybe even a part 3. We've enjoyed having you along, and now we're gonna go get some food. We will not make you join us. Pick well this often. Wheeler, you got anything?
Not much. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Out.
Found us.
What? Are you following us around?
Yeah.
Why are these things following us?
I